In the fall of 2008, the world held its breath as the global financial system came to the brink of collapse. Banks that seemed indestructible turned to dust. Millions lost their homes, their jobs, their life savings. It felt like a natural disaster, a catastrophic system failure. But what if I told you this crisis wasn't an accident, that it was the climax of a decade of lies, and just the beginning of a new era of fraud? Over the last 25 years, fraudsters have stolen trillions of dollars. They didn't use guns, they used spreadsheets. They didn't crack safes, they cracked our trust. From executives in glass towers to tech geniuses in tropical paradises, they all followed a terrifyingly similar playbook. Today, we're going to decode that playbook. We will expose the source code of our time's biggest financial scams, one by one. Chapter 1. The Titans of Arrogance. It all started in Texas. The year 2001. Enron was a titan, an energy giant named America's most innovative company 6 times. Its slogan was "Ask Why," but no one dared to ask how. The scam was both brilliant and complex. Imagine you have a secret credit card, one your family doesn't know about, where you rack up all your debt. Enron did that, but with billions of dollars, using special purpose entities to hide massive debts and inflate profits that never existed. It was a house of cards built on a foundation of lies. When a single gust of wind and investigation hit, it all came tumbling down. 74 billion in losses. 20,000 employees lost their jobs and their pensions. In response, the US government built a wall, the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, to force transparency. But fraudsters are creative. Just 1 year later, in 2002, WorldCom found another loophole. Their trick was even more audacious. Instead of booking billions in normal operating costs as expenses, they simply relabeled them as long-term investments. It was like buying a cup of coffee and booking it on your budget as if you'd bought a house. The result? The largest bankruptcy in US history at the time, dwarfing Enron. The fraud was only uncovered by an unlikely hero, internal auditor Cynthia Cooper, who risked everything to expose the truth. Chapter 2. The Messiah of Wall Street. While Enron and WorldCom used complex accounting tricks, the biggest con man of all used the simplest, most powerful weapon: trust. His name was Bernie Madoff. He didn't promise absurd riches. He promised something far more seductive: consistent returns, 10 to 12% a year. Flawless, come rain or shine. But there was no genius investment strategy. It was a Ponzi scheme. He was simply paying off old investors with new investors' money. A financial pyramid that lasted for decades, hiding in plain sight, because no one wanted to question the Wizard of Wall Street. And when the 2008 crisis hit, and investors asked for their money back, Madoff's $65 billion house of cards finally came crashing down, taking the life savings of 40,000 victims with it. Madoff was the face of the 2008 crisis, but the real horror was much bigger. This time, the villain wasn't one man, it was the entire system. Banks created liar loans for people who couldn't possibly pay them back. Then, they bundled thousands of these toxic mortgages, slapped a safe investment label on them with the help of complicit rating agencies, and sold them to the rest of the world. It was a global time bomb, and in 2008 it detonated. But the rot ran even deeper. In 2012, the world discovered that even the financial system's yardstick was broken. Global banks like Barclays and UBS had manipulated the LIBOR rate, an interest rate that affects everything from your mortgage to student loans, just to boost their profits. They were cheating at the scoreboard of the global financial game. Chapter 4. The New Age of Fraud. Digital and global technology promised a more transparent financial system. Instead, it created new shadows for fraudsters to hide in. In Malaysia, the 1MDB Sovereign Wealth Fund was looted for $4.5 billion. The money wasn't hidden in spreadsheets. It was used to buy jets, yachts, and even to finance the movie The Wolf of Wall Street. A cruel irony. In Germany, the fintech darling Wirecard simply invented $1.9 billion in cash that didn't exist. A digital mirage that fooled investors and regulators for years. And then came crypto, the promise of decentralized finance, free from banks and governments. Schemes like BitConnect emerged, a pyramid promising 1% daily returns, and OneCoin, a fake cryptocurrency led by the crypto queen, Ruja Ignatova, who vanished with billions. The peak came in 2022. Sam Bankman-Fried, crypto's golden boy, the face of the FTX exchange. He preached altruism while secretly using $8 billion of customer funds to fuel his own personal casino. When the music stopped, millions were left with nothing. Conclusion: the unchanging playbook. Enron, Madoff, FTX. From expensive suits in Houston to hoodies in the Bahamas, the scenery changes, the technology evolves, but the playbook is the same. First, an irresistible promise. Second, complexity to confuse and create an aura of genius. Third, the weaponization of trust and human greed. And finally, the exploitation of loopholes that regulators haven't seen yet. The technology to create fraud will always evolve faster than the technology to stop it. The real defense isn't just in the laws, but in our skepticism, because the next great scam of the 21st century has probably already begun. The question is, will we see it in time?